pulverized and ground up into this fine rock powder, which then blows off the side of the mountain and settles right here on the glacier. And unfortunately, it has a detrimental effect. Because it's a darker color than the ice, it absorbs the heat from the sun very easily and melts the glacier underneath it just that much faster. Will you tell me what time it is? What time? 11:58, right on schedule. We're gonna leave here at 12:30. You'll know it's getting close to 12:30 because I'll give you a little warning toot toot. It'll sound like this. So you know it's about that time to come back to the bus. We're in bus 529. It looks like every other bus out there, except mine says 529. And I have a sticker of a bunny rabbit on the door. So please come back to bus 529, the bunny bus. We will be leaving at 12:30.
Okay lang, pinuhat ko kasi. Itusok.
Alberta. It's gonna go like this. This one's for you, baby. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. Banff, Alberta, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. And now you all know the words, so we're gonna sing for the baby. You ready? Here we go. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. Banff, Alberta, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. There, work. Give yourself a hand. Woo! What you think, baby? Like that one. And if it's stuck in your head for the rest of the day, I am not sorry. Oh, what a way to get into lunch. That's great. Oh, your day isn't over, is it? You're going to the Skywalk, aren't you?
Yes.
You're probably wondering how you're going to get there. Yes, I'm a bit of a mind reader. And I'd love to take you myself, but we get there tomorrow. So, I'm going to park, and your shuttle bus is going to pick you up and take you from here 10 kilometers down the highway to the Skywalk, and then you can stay as long as you want. We close at 8 o'clock. There are buses going every half an hour from the Skywalk to the Discovery Center. So just hop on one of those before 8 o'clock and you get a ride home. Hooray! Oh, I almost forgot. But I didn't forget. Oh no. Is anybody on TripAdvisor? Do you use that? Yes? You just became my new best friends. Our bosses love TripAdvisor. So they've issued a contest. For every 5 name mentions a driver gets, they will buy us lunch.
Okay.
So, if you loved your tour, you had a great time. My name is Ness, that's Ness, like the monster. If you did not enjoy your tour, my name is David.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
See the display?
I can see.
Danny or Danny?
Trees, because they look a little bit like flags blowing in the wind. And you'll also find flag trees along the side of the highway. But those ones are caused by traffic rather than those katabatic winds. They're not as cool, but you can still use the information as a segue to impress your friends with all of your knowledge. It has yet to work for me, but I'm ever optimistic. And then as we come around the bend in the road here, folks, you will see a lake on the right-hand side. This is Ripple Lake, and Ripple Lake is very special to us here at the Columbia Icefields because it supplies all of our drinking water. That is because it is a spring-fed lake, so A, it stays thawed year-round, and B, it doesn't have any of that pesky rock flour in it. Did Ness talk with you folks about rock flour today? A little bit. Did she tell you what happens when we drink too much of that rock flour? No, all right. So rock flour, the stuff that makes our waters that beautiful blue color, is also a natural laxative. So if you drink too much of that beautiful blue water of Lake Louise or Moraine Lake or our Sunwapta River, you will have a long and uncomfortable day in the bathroom. Or, if the water's blue, it'll make you poo. So you can use that to remember. The water on the top of the glacier, though, that's safe to drink because it does not have any of the rock flour in it. It's the stuff that comes from underneath. So our beautiful Ripple Lake on the right-hand side is safe to drink from because it's spring-fed, doesn't have any of that rock flour. And if you look down to the far end of the lake, you'll see a little building. That is where we keep our Australian staff. And now we'll wait 8 years for the Rocky Mountain traffic to clear up. Anyone have any jokes?
Chance to hear a joke.
I have a joke. All right, we can make the turn. Let's go 2, 4, 1, go. All right. So if you take a look in front of us here, folks, you will see what looks like a frozen waterfall. That is not a frozen waterfall, but Dome Glacier. And Dome Glacier sits on top of Mount Snowdome, and Mount Snowdome is the world's only triple continental divide. Does that sound familiar? Did Ness talk with you lovely folks about the triple continental divide today? No? Excellent. She saved something for me. So, a triple continental divide is a mountain that divides the continent into 3, or triple continental divide, based on where the meltwater goes. So, if you were to pour your water bottle out on top of that mountain, the water would reach the Arctic Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean. So it divides that mountain, or divides the continent into 3 based on the oceans that the mountain meltwater will go to. So Mount Snowdome is the world's only triple continental divide. So what that means is it is the only mountain in the continental divide. The Americans also have everything else, so let us have Mount Snowdome. And if you look a little lower on the side of the mountain, you will see a little meltwater coming down the side, and that will join up with the Sunwapta River that we will be driving alongside all the way up to the Skywalk. And the Sunwapta River feeds into the Arctic Ocean through the Athabasca River and the Mackenzie River. Now, the Sunwapta River itself is a pretty unique river system because it is a braided river. This means it has multiple channels that are constantly splitting apart, recombining, reconfiguring, and this is ever changing due to that rock flour we were talking about earlier. So as the rock flour gets suspended within the water column, it'll be deposited on some bends of the river, picked up in others, and it is constantly and ever changing. So if you were to come back this time next season, you might see a completely different channel system to what we're looking at today. And if you look on either side of the highway as we approach this section here, folks, you will see a bunch of boulders strewn about the floodplain. Now, this is not Bigfoot's landscaping campaign. These actually come from Mount Wilcox on the right-hand side. We call this stretch of highway the shooting gallery because rocks will come shooting down at speeds of up to 250 kilometers an hour. This is caused by something called the freeze-thaw cycle. So as water seeps into the cracks and crevices of the rock at the top of the mountain, it'll freeze. And as it freezes, it expands. And that expansion causes the rock to break away from the side of the mountain and come tumbling down at those high speeds. Now for someone like me who drives...
What are you doing, baby Chance?
Maraming tao hirap. Mata sa gilid. Why are you on the left side? Go on the right side. On the right.
On the right, if on the left.
Right.
There's one way, so we're okay. Walking backward. One way. Look here, Darwin. Chance. Open your eyes.
Chloe.
Do you want to hold on me? Or just hold? You can do it. Okay. More. Oh, sorry. Okay, go now. Let's go. And then let's come back here for the whole family to take a picture.
Wala akong picture dito.
Dali. Akin. Okay, muna doon. Walang tao.
Stop.
Pero, mount. Ayun, nakita ko. Pipigilan mo. Hang on. Baby Chance, go with mommy.
These are some animals that are around the area, but you'll very rarely see. They're more in your mountain ecoregion because right now you're in subalpine, so 1,600 to 2,200 meters in elevation. There's not as much prey, but so that you won't find them too often. But your cougars can be up in this area. So chances are, if you spot a cougar, they've already seen you. Because they will stalk their prey for 2 to 3 days at a time. They'll wait for that vulnerable point where they'll attack you at the back of the neck, going into a quick and easy kill. So if you put like sunglasses on the back of your head, it might actually eliminate that weak point for them and they're less likely to go after you. So for ethical reasons, none of this is real, but it's just to give you an idea of what they would look like. So you'll notice the fur on this one actually belongs to the kittens. The reason why they're spotted is so that they blend into the rocks there, like into the den. And they'll start out with those blue eyes due to lack of pigmentation until like 16 months when they get like this hauntingly beautiful yellow-green color. And then they have like this tan coat blend into their surroundings as well. So this would be your cougar skull versus your house cat skull. So as you can see, they seem very similar. They each will purr and have retractable claws. So oftentimes, if you see a cougar paw print, it won't have like that claw mark in it. And they also can be very large as well. So compared to your cat, like they can be like a 75 kilograms. So while these guys will usually stalk their prey, you'll have prey wolves who are more like chasers. Very rare that you'll see them as well because they are nocturnal hunters. They'll go after your deer and your elk, separating an individual and chasing them down till exhaustion. Have you ever heard of the term alpha wolf? Yeah. So they had actually retracted that statement as it's the breeding herd, at least a pack of like 4 to 7 members, who upon maturity will go off and start their own packs. So it's basically the parents-led pack. You'll have about like 10 packs within the Jasper area there. And you'll notice as well, the pups will also have those blue eyes, and they actually don't change their sight.
When we're at the
Yeah, starving. I'm hungry. Winter running.
Wait for us.
Maximum velocity.
Stand there. Stand there. Look here.
Photo.
Si Chloe din daw po.
Okay. Baby chance. Oh, just Chloe. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Kuya. Oh, kuya. Let's wait for Kuya. Yay. Kuya. Go with
Three
ate.
kids in one. I'm scared. Don't like it.
Okay.
Don't look me, look down. I'm scared.
Chance! Puro white na naman yung mata mo. Naantok mo.
Padanin mo na, padanin mo.
Hungry? Yeah, we're going to eat.
Lock on the bus.